Hello, and this is Galaxy with the StarCraft 2 match between Mouz Mana and Strelok, the Terran. So it is a PvT on Metalopolis. It looks like that Strelok and Mana, who are on the same team, are playing the third game, and this is going to be a short rush distance, of course, on this map, but neither player really knows about that just yet. And the past two games have been pretty... I was going to say one-sided, but Mana just wasn't able to get its leg up on Strelok. And this is the third game. I believe that this was in the Zotac Cup. It said Z Cup on SC2 but this was a third. This is the third game, so it must be a best of 5 then. I'm actually not sure. I thought it was best of 3, but it looks like it could be just a best of 5 or... I'm sorry that my information isn't better, but anyway, let's see into the game. Looks like, of course, the APM spamming is pretty high for Mana, and Mana did get into the finals in the DreamHack tournament, which is that big Swedish tournament that took place recently, which is why I'm casting this game. I was very impressed by his gameplay, so I wanted to see more of his games. And it looks like that says Rob's Guns. Cool. So if the Terran runs out of guns, or if Protoss is sick of using combat swords and lasers, you can buy some guns. So it looks like we have barracks going down here, and Strelok was found by Mana, and Strelok will find Mana pretty soon. Gateway positioning it here. Look at barracks is here. Obviously that's just a little bit harder to get in to hit the SCVs, and Probe and SCV are battling one another. This SCV is with full health is going to chase down this probe, and it will try and get a kill. Meanwhile, this SCV is doing absolutely nothing in the base of Mana at the moment. And this probe is going to escape with its life. Its shields do recharge. And I just noticed that a probe has 20 health shields and 20 health, whereas an SCV has 45 health. So I just hadn't noticed that before. SCVs have more health and can take more damage than probes, but probes do regenerate. Cybernetics core is now finished for Mana, and Strelok knows everything that's going on in the base of Mana. We do have a second assimilator down, but it looks like Strelok is just staying on one assimilator and building a second barracks. Meanwhile, this probe is alive and well, and just going to stay there for further scouting or proxy pylon building. This SCV is checking to see if there are any proxy pylons, which would denote a warp gate push coming up, but I don't see anything like that of the kind. One zealot at the ramp for Mana, and this stalker going out. Looks like it is going to hunt down this SCV, and this SCV will take 4 or 5 shots. Takes 5 shots with the stalker, doing 10 damage each shot, and it is going to take that out. It is almost 5 minutes in the game, and we do have the Stalker and Zealot out. Standard opening from Protoss player Mana. What isn't necessarily standard is the 2 assimilators. It just kind of depends on what you're going. We do have a second gateway. We might see a robotics facility in a few seconds. Meanwhile, Mana might go for some kind of push up the ramp, but Strelok is definitely ready for it with his 5 Marines. And the supply depots would be juicy pickings, but I think these Marines are going to take care of all these forces. One Zealot goes down, and a probe, not even it does kill one SCV, but I don't think one Zealot for one SCV is worth it. But these Marines, got to be careful with those Marines, Strelok, because they don't outrange, let's see, yeah, they don't outrange the Stalkers. Oh, but one Stalker goes down, and all the Marines survive. Heavy losses from Mana right now, and it looks like 2 Stalkers now on the field. And Stalkers are much larger than Marines. They could probably just run over them and kill them. Meanwhile, but let's look. While this little skirmish is going on, we have a supply depot. Not very exciting. Let's just look. Do we have a? Yeah, we do have a robo facility follow up. So Mana is going to run home, and he only took care of a couple of Marines, but he did lose quite a few units there. A Zealot and a Stalker and a probe. Warp Gate technology is just finishing, and it looks like Strelok, with a 3 barracks and still no refinery yet, is going to do a pretty strong push here in a second. If we look at his upgrades, he is getting combat shield and stim pack. Coolio. So I would augur that he's going to push when the stim pack and combat shields are done, and then he's going to research concussive shells. So he'll probably push before then. Mana is leaving this probe here to scout, or rather just to see when the push comes. If we look at his Mana's, he sees his probe was taken down, so he knows that a push could be coming. But let's go to the everyone cam, and it looks like it is coming because stim pack and combat shields are done. An expansion down for Mana, risky maneuver, I'd say, considering that that Strelok is staying on one base. And Strelok, what does he do? Oh, I see. His units are split up, and he wants to bring them together so that they are not split up. And then this observer is going to see what Mana already knows, that a big, huge force is coming at him. And this expansion is finished, but I honestly don't think he can hold. There's just too many Marauders and Marines, even with force fields. But the force fields do go down. Let's look at the health of all these units. One Marauder goes down. 2 Marauders goes down, a Marine. But these Marauders are going around the side of the Nexus. Brilliant play by Strelok. Not enough sentries to force field there. And all 3 Stalkers are going to go down. And this is going to be a quick GG. As Mana had predicted. He said 3-0 easy for Terran. So I don't know why Mana predicted he would lose, but he did. It looks like Mana just not the luckiest guy against Strelok. And but Mana, even though it looks like Mana just sucks here, he did make it to the finals of the DreamHack tournament, and he is an awesome Protoss. So don't forget that. Don't forget what, I don't know. I'd like to find out more information about this Zotac Cup that happened, and if you request it, I could probably find more information about it. But I don't really think that will happen. I only have a few. I don't think it's really necessary, so you could probably just go look it up yourself and find out more about that tournament. See how Strelok fared. So this was Galaxy, and do enjoy the rest of your whatever you're doing. So cheers.